Good afternoon, respected panelists. We're pleased to present to you our research study entitled The Influence of Government Social Media to the Selected Millennials of Barangay Salawag, Dasmariñas City, Cavite during COVID-19 pandemic. In line with this, we already present to you our chapters 1, 2, and 3. And now, we will discuss the results and discussion as well as the conclusion and recommendations under chapters 4 and 5. For the objectives, our study aimed to determine the influence of government social media to the selected millennials of Barangay Salawag, Dasmariñas City, Cavite during COVID-19 pandemic. Specifically sought to answer the following questions. Our first objective is to find the influences of the government social media among selected millennials of Barangay Salawag, Dasmariñas City, Cavite during COVID-19 pandemic. The second one is how these selected millennials of Barangay Salawag respond to their government social media during the COVID-19 pandemic. Our third and last objective is to what extent these selected millennials of Barangay Salawag has been influenced by their government social media during the COVID-19 pandemic. To answer these questions, here's Mr. Orlina to discuss the results and discussion of our study.
Before we proceed to the results and discussion, here first the demographic profile of our respondents. There are 6 males and 9 females, ages 26 to 41, coming from the major subdivisions of Barangay Salawag, namely the Mabuhay Homes 2000, Dasmariñas 1, Dasmariñas 3, and Dasmariñas 4, with a 3:4:4:4 ratio with a total of 15 respondents. All of them were chosen and based on the criteria established in the study. For the first objective, to answer what are the influences of the government social media among the selected millennials of Barangay Salawag during the COVID-19 pandemic, shows and formulated 4 teams. Based on their answers in the interview, the researchers took the codes in their answers and categorized it in teams. The first team is the increased alertness. It is the psychological influence of the government social media of their barangay with them that pertains to being responsive and alert during the COVID-19 pandemic. 7 out of 15 respondents include themselves with this influence, while most of them respond that it is about the barangay assistance or the ayuda posted in their local government social media, increase their alertness and responsiveness. The second team is the increase of their information reliance. Among the 4 teams, this is with the most number of respondents answered with 12 out of 15. This team pertains to the dependency of the trust of the respondents on the posts in the social media platform. All of them answered that they give credibility and trust with their local government social media, that whatever post is on its government social media, they believe with it and add sufficiency with their prior knowledge or information of something, especially when it's related to COVID-19. The third team is another psychological influence that makes them more cautious. One of them answered with this influence. Since most of the posts in their local government social media is about the pandemic, it adds restriction and made him cautious with this action. The fourth and last team is about decision-making matters. 3 out of 15 answer with this influence. The local government social media help them to decide what to do and gives guidelines on them, especially with regards to pandemic. In the second objective, it outcomes 3 team, which is the following response of the respondents with their local government social media during COVID-19 pandemic. First is just to observe. 3 of them answered that they just visit their local government social media to view and observe what's happening with their locality. Second, it's not just to observe but they also react, comment on the posts. 7 of them include themselves with this response. While the third one is adhering to the posts, 5 of them answered that they automatically follow the rules and regulations posted in their local government social media without any assurance or commenting or reacting on the post. Unlike in the second response, with also no assurance of following or adhering to what protocols posted in their local government social media. In the third objective, the researchers established 3 teams based on their answers related to the extent of the influence of their local government social media. The first team with High influence shows with the greatest number among the two. 8 of them answered that the local government social media has a high or huge influence with them, while 5 of them answered with moderate level and 2 of them answered with weak influence. All in all, most of them has a high level of influence by the local government social media.
Conclusion. The study shows the local government social media of Barangay Salawag was so influential to the selected youths, millennials, or their locality, with mostly psychological influences on them. The problems encountered by some of the respondents in using their local government social media is the irrelevant posts, shared posts that will not benefit the majority or some may not be interested. This is another thing that they want to raise and improve. Also, many are not part of their official page that making them ignorance of the updates within their locality. It can also be a tool of misinformation and fake news, since a lot of youth believes easily to what in social media posted. Recommendations. The millennials in their community must undergo for some seminars that is related to proper social media usage for additional knowledge and proper use. They must also encourage the residents to follow their official page not for the popularity but to increase the engagement rate and get the opinion and say of most of their local. Lastly, the researchers recommend that the Philippine government must innovate the utilization and usage of social media with the help of corresponding laws soon because of this expanding demand for the Filipino people, especially the youth one. This is references. Thank you.